Welcome to Genki 2, Lesson 13, Grammar Point 5. This construction is starting a sentence with a noun plus the word nara, followed by a predicate. Okay. The explanation in Genki is a little different from the way I tend to understand or explain this grammar point. So first I'm going to introduce Genki's explanation, and then on the next slide I will give you my own interpretation of how to work with this construction. So what Genki says is that if you use a noun, nara, followed by a phrase X, this limits the description in the second phrase so that it only applies to the noun preceding nara. So it's a type of constraint or limitation in your sentence. For an example, 日本料理を食べたことがありますか? Have you ever eaten Japanese food? 寿司なら食べたことがあります. Well, I have eaten sushi. Okay, so in this case it is constraint or limitation, actually. So there are many different types of Japanese cuisine. Maybe you haven't eaten all of them, but you can say, well, I've had sushi. Okay. Genki makes a distinction between contrast and limitation. I don't find that explanation resonates with me very well. The way I learned nara, and the way I like to explain how to use noun plus nara at the beginning of a sentence, is to look at nara's function as a conditional. Okay, so that means an if. So you can think of a phrase that starts with noun nara as, oh, if you mean this noun, then this predicate. My example sentence here is 編めますか? Can you knit? マフラーなら編めますが、セーターが編めません. Well, if you're talking about scarves, I can knit, but I can't knit a sweater. Okay, so again, this is another example of limitation, or it could be contrast as well. Right? I can knit things that go in a straight line, like a scarf, but I can't knit things that need sleeves and collars and more tricky knitting skills. So, マフラーなら編めますが、セーターが編めません. So essentially that is the grammar point. It comes in fairly handy, as they all do. Make sure you take the short quiz that will be up on my courses, and also check out the grammar point on page 34 and 35 of Genki 2. And I will see you in class.